Can a sleepy suburban street survive prehistoric times? Or is it giving instant extinction event? Let's spill the tea on the end of Oak Street. Hey besties, it's Emma, and I am totally hyped right now, like iced matcha on a sunny Fairfax stroll hyped. So, quick vibe check on today's obsession. The End of Oak Street is a 2026 science fiction survival film from Warner Brothers Pictures. Premise is so delicious. A whole 1982 suburb gets yoinked back to prehistoric times. We're talking family drama meets dinosaur horror. Our core fam, Denise, an aspiring novelist. Greg, the dad secretly delivering pizzas because he lost his job. Their kids, Audrey and Brian, and the breakout hero is Starbuck, the family dog. And yes, the dog absolutely steals the movie. Okay, personal story moment. I went to this vintage 80s party in Los Feliz, and the host was like, "Phones in the bowl, we're committing." I'm in red lipstick, giant shoulder pads, I look like I'm late for a Dynasty catfight, and I ask the bartender, "Do you take Apple Pay?" He goes, "Cash only." My friend whispers, "Use a paper map." I said, "Babe, what is that?" I panic. Then I lean in. I dance. I commit to the bit. I adapt. Here's the twist. That no phone anxiety, that stranded feeling, that is literally the setup of The End of Oak Street. Because it's set in 1982 before smartphones, and that makes their survival story way more intense. Let's break the movie down super simple. 2 ingredients. Time travel, dinosaur survival. ELI 5 time. A wormhole is like a shortcut tunnel through space and time. In this story, it shows up as blinding white light plus a pressure shift on a schedule. So the neighborhood keeps catching these windows. Meanwhile, dinos. An Allosaurus, which is a big carnivorous predator, stalks the cul-de-sac like it pays HOA fees. And pterosaurs, which are flying reptiles, not actually dinosaurs, swoop in from above. Imagine your block party turns into Jurassic Park in 5 seconds. That's the vibe. Timeline check, because receipts matter. Warner Brothers starts developing this in 2023 with writer-director David Robert Mitchell at the wheel. He's the creative brain here. In 2024, they pull in the cast and shoot in London and Atlanta, which is so film industry logic because tax incentives trump zip codes. By 2026, it drops in theaters. Budget, mid to upper studio genre, around 80 to 92 million. Opening weekend targets were low to mid-20s domestically. So not tiny, not Avengers either. Right in that sweet spot where word of mouth can move mountains. Now, the people. David Robert Mitchell is the writer, director, and a co-producer. The man's clearly juggling tone like a Cirque du Soleil act. You've got suburban sweetness, gnarly creature horror, and needle-drop wonder all in one. Producers-wise, J.J. Abrams and Hannah Minghella from Bad Robot are on board. They're the prestige sci-fi crowd. Matt Jackson and Tommy Harper from Jackson Pictures are in the mix too. That's your sturdy thriller infrastructure. Warner Brothers Pictures, the studio distributor, does the release and marketing. Cast. Anne Hathaway is Denise, our aspiring novelist mom who is quietly planning to leave her husband before the chaos hits. Ewan McGregor is Greg, the dad with pride issues, doing secret pizza deliveries after losing his job. Their kids Audrey and Brian are played by Maisie Stella and Christian Convery. They bring legit heart. Jordan Alexa Davis shows up as Jeanette, the neighbor who becomes part of the found family after her parents are killed. Emily Kuroda plays Mrs. Valcourt, the librarian who first clocks that weird extinct plant and later goes full surprise action hero. And Starbuck, the dog, is the moment. If you like animal heroes, honey, you're gonna sob. The craft slaps. Michael Giacchino, who is an A-list film composer, did the score. 27 cues on the soundtrack. That's a lot. It lets him swing from tender family beats to pulse-pounding rooftop sprints, which matters because the set pieces go hard. There's this rooftop wormhole chase where the opening winks in and out like a diva light, and Brian misses the jump. A pterosaur grabs him, and Starbuck launches mid-air like a furry linebacker and saves the kid. It's giving hero dog energy, 0 notes. And the movie is not afraid to hurt you. Greg dies, shielding everyone from an Allosaurus, which is brutal but thematically tight. Parental sacrifice, honesty under pressure. Denise and Greg reconcile in a car just before that, so when he goes out, it lands. Then there's the whole time trick. The wormhole spits the survivors back about 20 minutes before the original event. So Denise runs door to door warning neighbors, and she sends Greg on a pizza run to a bus stop far away so he's not in the blast radius. White light hits again. Boom. Prehistory rebooted. That little temporal head start saves who it can, but not the whole block. 2 years later. The government fences off the displaced zone like it's the hottest invite-only nature preserve. Scientists poke around, cataloging the wildlife. Denise writes a book called The End of Oak Street, which is a clean meta touch. Survive it, name it, own it. I love that. All right, big discourse moment. Nostalgia. The film is drenched in Amblin-era vibes. Think Spielbergy suburbia, kids on bikes, wonder with menace. Some critics are obsessed. Clarice Loffrey, who writes for The Independent, says it's stronger than the more recent Jurassic World movies. Nikki Bond at Screen Daily hits the pull quote of the summer, calls it Jurassic Park on steroids. Zachary Lee at RogerEbert.com goes full 4 out of 4. But David Rooney at The Hollywood Reporter, he's like high-end trash, which, bestie, is shady but also kind of iconic as a phrase. Where do I land? I think the nostalgia is an homage, not a crutch. Setting it in 1982 strips out smartphones and Google and all the cozy cheats. It forces face-to-face choices and actual problem-solving. Communication fails feel organic, not contrived. It also lets the wormhole countdown structure pop, because you can't just text someone. You have to run, bang on doors, choose who to save. For me, that's stakes, not cosplay. Now the messy bit, the marketing controversy. Warner Brothers, the studio distributing this. Okay, they posted a now-deleted AI-generated promo where the dog character Starbuck did an interview on Goldie and Frenchie. That's an AI dog podcast owned by Dogpack, a pet content company. It blew up in the worst way. People dragged it for undercutting human creativity, especially when the film's whole message is about human grit and family. I'm with the critics on this. Cute experiment, wrong moment. The studio pulled it, but the trust hit lingered. Also, we still don't know the full extent of AI use across the campaign, which keeps the side eye alive. Why does this one stick in culture? Comparisons to Jurassic Park and E.T. are flattering, but also a high bar. You invoke those, and people expect chills. The movie earns a lot of them. Suburban rooftops turning into survival platforms is chef's kiss staging. And the emotional engine is clean. Secrets, reconciliation, sacrifice. If we get a series spin-out, I'm begging. Give me anthology-style episodes. Jeanette's backstory before she joins the family. Mrs. Valcourt's librarian to last stand arc. The scientists, 2 years later, running a morally messy wildlife preserve in the Cretaceous. It's all right there. Also, shout out to the production Jigsaw magic. London and Atlanta standing in for an American cul-de-sac is so LA of the industry. Rebates over realism. Then, VFX plus set design pull off the retro neighborhood under siege. When that white light hits and the power dies, you feel the air pressure change, like your ears pop in a canyon drive on the 405. I love a tactile sci-fi choice. Next time, bestie, we're getting into AI-generated films and where the line should be. Art, tool, or no-go. Can you believe that? Okay, drama, we'll pick this up next time. Stay fabulous, keep your pets heroic, and keep spilling that tea. Later.